I'm going to show you the process and materials for a drawing technique that took me years to develop. My drawing materials are actually printmaking supplies, and I'll break down the mechanics of everything. I make the drawings with etching ink. This one is made by Graphic Chemical. It's a beautiful black that I'm really obsessed with called Renaissance Black. It has just the richest depth of black, but a little hint of a sepia, which makes it even more vibrant and sumptuous. I start by smearing etching ink into a textured, translucent surface, and this creates expressive marks and also a drama to these emotional portraits. Once the etching ink is dry, I then refine the portrait with a lithographic crayon, and I also add cross-hatched marks by scraping down into the etching ink using various types of knives. I get started with a very light vine charcoal sketch. The etching ink is super sticky and stiff. It really feels like I'm drawing with tar. The Dura-Lar is like plastic. The etching ink does not get absorbed, rather it stays on the surface of the Dura-Lar, and it really feels a lot like sculpting to me for that reason. This is my drawing surface, and you can see up close how translucent it is. This piece I've hand sanded. When you get it, it's completely transparent. You can see this side, it is very shiny. When I sand it, it has this beautiful coarseness to it, which makes the surface translucent. I'm always thinking about the physical pressure that I push with my fingers. Sometimes I want a light wisp of a mark, other times I want something really dense and heavy. The palette knife marks are even less predictable than my fingers, and they're great for when I want to make a mark that almost feels like it's cutting through the surface, that it has this aggressive bite to it. When you get a brand new can of etching ink, you'll notice that there is this piece of paper that's on top. That's to make sure that the ink doesn't dry and develop this really super thick skin, which then you have to dig out of. You end up wasting a ton of paint. This is a pain in the ass. You have to go in with a palette knife or something else. Oh my God, this is really stuck. You really have to relinquish control over the marks. I never really feel like I'm defining anything, which makes me feel like the drawing is breathing a lot more. I'm not telling the material what to do. The wispy marks feel like they're so far away from me. The dense ones feel like they're slapping me in the face. And now there you can see this is the wet etching ink that's underneath. Oh my gosh, is this all dry? Okay, this is all nice fresh ink. I take some with my palette knife and I scrape it back into the can. I hate opening new cans of etching ink. It just gets disgusting everywhere. This is a technique that I was using over a decade ago. This really feels like a reenactment of that experience. Really what it comes down to is my lifelong passion for the mark.